Yo, yo, you already know. It's your boy Big Trail, repping Hot 92.5 The Heat, the illest station in the nation. And you're now tuned in to another episode of Talk That Talk. And you already see what it is, man. My brother from down the road, man. Burlington, B-Town's finest. Poncho is in the building, man. One half of the illest group, Skeleton Crew, man.
Tip-top, the rap so dope, no it don't need zip-lock. Cut hip-hop, poppin' shots right at your wristwatch. Killing time, pull it together at the pit stop.
Come on now, man. Come on, man, yo. And look, if y'all don't know what's going on right now, man, I don't know what your frequency is dialed into, but you definitely need to get tuned into this right here, baby, because this is going to be a special treat for you guys, man. Peace and blessings, bro. I appreciate you.
My good brother. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, the pleasure's all mine, yo. Right. And we're going to jump straight into it because that's how we do it over here at Hot 92.5 The Heat, yo. So, why don't you introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are and what you got going on, brother.
All right, peace and blessings. My name is Poncho the Honcho. Also, I'm Plunder Dog Music to be actual and factual. And you can find me on Clever Weapon at Twitter, not just Twitter, but you know, Instagram. Holler me at Instagram, Poncho the Honcho, or Facebook. We're hollering you over there. You know? Yeah.
All right. Now, just in case you know these people that might they claim they know hip hop.
Indeed.
They claim they know about hip hop. They live and breathe hip hop. But just for those ones that's been living under a rock for the past few years, man, let them know exactly who you are and what you bring to the table, to the game for this beautiful thing called hip hop, yo.
I bring all 5 elements of hip hop.
Right.
Put it like this. You know the all 5 elements. From the dance, from the art, from the poetry, to the beat making. Indeed, even with the visuals. I do it, humbly speaking, I do all of it, to be honest and true about it. I've been rocking hip hop for quite some time now. And I'm willing to speak everything that needs to be spoken upon. And I'm trying to be so humble about it, but let me go ahead and express myself.
Man, this is Talk That Talk, bro. So talk your talk, man. Talk your talk, man.
I'm gonna talk my talk and say I do it all. I do it all. But you'd be surprised from the writing to what you hear. I'm a dope producer. Put it like that.
Yes, super dope, yo. Super dope, yo.
Thank you.
Super dope. Now, man, so jumping into this thing, man, what inspired you to get involved? Do you come from a musical background, or what is that like?
Well, that's a great question. How I even started, I want to say the very first time hearing soul music, I want to say, and recognizing reggae music and such, like the very first time I really listened to music at a young age. So let's just go ahead and go back to like 4 or 5, like, and recognize it. You know, it's just the African drums, the spirit behind the African drums, the spirit behind the Indian drums. When you hear doom, 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 it's a soul connection of sorts. So that is the beginning for me to be connected to that. So like the soul of the drums, to the rhythm of the guitar, to the voices. These things have inspired me at a very young age. Now listening and really hearing, I want to say James Brown and Barry White was like the first guys I paid attention, really listening to musically, because Barry White was the brother that composed his own music.
Yeah.
And the brother couldn't read or write, but he could compose music.
Yeah.
Again, that's a soul connection within that. And the brother actually prophesies about technology taking over, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
So to stay focused, it's more of a thing of hearing that drum, the soul connection from Stevie Wonder. This is the soul part of everything, though. I mean, I could go on and on. But Otis Redding, that soulful voice, like, you know, Marvin Gaye, just these brothers and sisters, the Supremes, which in turn turned into what you hear now from the inspiration of musically, sonically. So I want to say all of that is a melting pot. So that's what inspired me to want to do music, to go into the hip hop. I always say this, Tribe Called Quest.
Yes, sir.
The brothers that made me want to write, hearing the Enemy by Tribe Called Quest and Lucian. I forgot the name of the song, but Lucian, you should know. Made me write. I wrote the joint, went to school and recited it like it was mine, and I got called out on it. Ended up going back and writing my own rhymes from there on, and then linking up and running across Brand Nubian out in New Rochelle in a cipher, and man, they made me want to write even more.
Yeah.
So like, and peace to those brothers too. It may Stud Doogie, rest in peace, man. Allah be pleased with him. Grand Pooba, Sadat X, Lord Jamal.
Lord Jamal and live long.
Cause I give blows in the hands of a foes. You know? So that's part of my background. Being amongst those types of pens and energies and inspirations, like, you know, that 5% Nation, the teachings of that brought me to Islam as well. But that's a whole different conversation for another time as well, that we could still talk about later on. But yeah, that's the foundation. Hip hop has showed me all of that. Maybe I'm moving too fast, but hip hop actually showed me that. From X Clan to, I mean, that's when hip hop was hip hop.
Professor X.
Professor X. We wrote medallions, and it was more of a soulful thing, and it was empowering our people. You know, so yeah, this is the same feeling that we're bringing back now. So just to give to the next generation, to carry the torch, to show them it's not just about the violent side of life, you know, and its consequences and repercussions. Every action has a reaction. So we want to empower our young men and sisters, young men and women, to be smart thinkers, providers, protectors, wise businessmen and women, and to grow our society and civilization back to where it needs to be.
Exactly.
This is where, who, and what we are to create that. So yeah, each one teach one, man. That's what we're supposed to do. So let's bring it back to that part of me. If I strayed off from the answer.
Oh no, that's dope, no, for real, because dude, you touched on it right now in such a profound manner. Going back to the drums, the African drums. We just had it over there across the street at the park yesterday. For real, my son's in there. He can tell you. I asked him, did he want to go over there? Because they was over there doing the African dances and whatever. He's like, I don't know. I said, just go dance how your spirit tells you to. But he was a little too shy. Right. But that's real. And even with that movie that just came out, Sinners.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I heard about it.
So boom, they touch on that, brother. They touched on that off of the juke joint music, the rhythms, the songs which could use to connect to those spirits. And they talked about how the African drums was called this and how the Indians, they called it that, and that's crazy. You ain't even seen the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
But see what I'm saying? That's the universe, bro. That's the universe. Well in tune, bro. But it ain't going to Tribe Called Quest, man. I gotta know this. I ask everybody this that talk about Tribe Called Quest, man. They always talk about you come out with a hot album, you got the sophomore jinx, the low end theory, and Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
Which one you taking?
Both of them.
You only can take one.
I only take one.
You can only take one.
How about I take one and put the other one in my book bag? And you know, both of them, I can't. Man, so people's instinctive travels throughout the path of rhythm, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, left my wallet El Segundo and everything, but when that Midnight Marauders hit, it just...
Every track was a single, bro.
Every single track. And then the writing, what Q-Tip did with Large Professor, and the other brothers.
Shout out to Large Professor, man.
Peace and blessings to Large Pro. It just changed hip hop, but added on to, man, the beautiful building blocks of what we have now. Like, I mean, sonically, that jazz and how he infused it, and even the cadence of, and Fife Dog. Man, I love to be pleased with Fife Dog.
Yes. Come on,
He stepped up like lyrically on that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already dope, but
yeah.
Dynamite came through in that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Indeed.
It's like during that whole era, man. You think about it. It was so beautiful, man. It's like you had Tribe with their music. You had the Jungle Brothers at the same time. Then you had Spike Lee doing his thing, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sonically and visually, we had like that time in those early 90s, man. I want to say what? It was probably around about like 92, 93 maybe.
Yeah.
Probably earlier than that.
90, 89, 90. When they, around that time. And they was already like behind closed doors building. But it came out like around 92, 93, wouldn't say, yeah.
Yeah, like 93, man. Like, and I'm just a young boy, and it's like, I loved it, man. You had the bright colors, again, like you said, the pendants, the Malcolm X garments, the whole thing. Then when he came out with X, like, dude, I'm gonna tell you, like, I was this close to want to be 5%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My discipline wasn't strong enough though, bro. But I was reading the final calls every day, you know, building with my guys, man, and you know, but my discipline, you know, the streets had a different calling for me at that time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, if I could go back in time, I would love to go back to that era at this age.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like at this age.
I do. I definitely relate to that. So I feel like now, because, so how I was introduced to Islam, 7 years old. My uncle, may Allah be pleased with him, my Uncle Jamal, told me that we were, you know, black man's God. He told us. And he said, you know, because he had his room was all black and he had stars illuminated on his ceiling. And I never forget this, him saying that to me, and it sparked. And to go back to what you're saying about you wasn't ready, I wasn't either. I was drinking and smoking and doing other things.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know, once I decided to become a Muslim, I didn't want to be doing that, you know, and calling myself that. So, but Allah brought me to a point in time in my life, no more drinking, no more smoking. I went right back. I went to a prayer rug and everything. So I know that those levels of Islam was already in me from 5% to with the brothers, with Farrakhan, and going to the same mosque that I'm bypassing Ghostface Killer and sitting in the same seat that Malcolm X learned, and these things and I don't speak about these things, but you know, this is the first time I've ever spoke about them like openly.
Exclusive. I appreciate that, brother.
Definitely exclusive. And it's just wild to be able to embrace that and experience that, because it made me the man I am today. So I had to go through these mistakes, to be honest. I had to go through these mistakes and learn to be the man that I am. That's all Allah's plan. So I look at everything now in a whole different light. So it's like I am back to that, you know? Indeed. So just growing and building on that level. I'm just grateful to be able to do so. Indeed.
True indeed, man. That's a beautiful thing, man, because that's something that I always admire, is the courage, the strength, the willpower when people embrace something and they stick to it. You know what I'm saying? That's certain things that, you know, I battle with myself. Like, you know, I was like, look, you got to be more disciplined. You got to stay on your deen, man. You got to make sure that what you're doing it like you're doing it for TV, man.
You got to do it like Allah's watching.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
You have to always remember that. Even though people say, oh, this is messed up, why is these kind of things happening to me? It's all a plan. Allah don't give you more than you can handle.
Exactly.
So, you're amongst the chosen. And these things are preparing you to be better. So when you ever notice whenever you're growing, it hurts to grow.
Growing pains. Yeah.
Growing pains.
Yeah.
So that's how you know you're getting bigger and better, right?
Right.
Growing pains. So when we're going through these trials and tribulations in our life, it's actually making room for us to come. So you won't be stagnant. That's what Allah gives us. He gives us these tests to pass, and we're supposed to go straight. Well, we have the ability and we should have the nature to go straight to the Most High for what we need and everything. Man will let you down, but Allah is going to guide you. The validation of Allah is way more important than you know.
True indeed. Yes, sir. And That's what they say, man. He gives his toughest task to his strongest soldiers.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? So I went through that stage where I quit asking why me and why not me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna give us more than what we can handle, man. So that's why I tell a lot of people, the kids that I mentor and all of that, like, look, man, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade.
Make lemonade, all flavors.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that way, you know, when adversity builds character, I'll be thankful for the stuff that I go through, because I can say confidently, like, yeah, I went through a little dark time in my life, but guess what? Look at me now.
Right.
Look at me now, you know, through the blessings from the universe and strong foundations, like, I was able to see my way through that light. You know what I'm saying? So, those dark times. But yeah, man, that's dope, man. But I think that really explains, like, who you are as far as, like, as a person, as a producer, just overall being of the universe. Like, man, those teachers started having a solid foundation, man. And that's why I guess, like, we're here today. Right now. The universe, this is how it works, people. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I just heard a couple of tracks from this cat, and it's like, you know, I fall in love with music all over again. There's certain things that I heard, it's like, I always love hip-hop, I always love it. But, you know, you can think that you got a nice, fine girl, but then you see that other girl coming across the street, I'm like, hold on! Wait a minute, that baby girl fine. Yeah, for real, like, where did she come from? That's the feeling I got when I heard the OC joint. I was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but shout out to OC, man.
Differente. Every time his name pop up, Differente. That brother is an extreme artist. Him and Il Poet.
Started in the basement, worked my way to the tip top. Gargle with lava, make sure that I spit hot.
And we back straight like Kodak, chilling here with Poncho Honcho. And you already know, man, we over here building. It's been a big time discussion about life's lessons, hip hop, culture, religion. We touching everything, man. Like I said, it was gonna be a very special episode because we got a very special individual in the building, man. Now, I know you was talking about the Mount Rushmores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you said that. Who's your Mount Rushmore again?
My Mount Rushmore is OC from NC, Boom. Monday is Booms,
right,
and Bonds Burner.
Yeah.
Right, no particular order. And I know that fourth one, but I'll share the fourth one with you later.
All right.
But if I do have to say it now, I'll say Boogie. Of course.
Okay.
My brother Boogie, he passed away. He's definitely one. Yeah, anybody know, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Cairo is definitely. So that's my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
if I had to, you know, as far as producers are concerned, I can share that with you too.
Yeah, I can't do a Mount Rushmore, man. And it's like, even with me, I don't have really favorites of nothing. I like everything. Yeah. Like when people like, what's your favorite food? I don't know. It depends on what the mood for. You know what I'm saying? I might do some oxtails one day. I might mess around and go eat something vegan the other day. It all depends. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to this music thing with me, man, like I guess what really started me like really listening to music was KRS-One, man.
I understand that.
BDP, man.
Oh yeah.
Like when he came out, this just saying, and I didn't even understand the battle, the context of the battle rap back then because I was still a youngin'.
Right.
But I just thought it was dope music. You know what I'm saying? The bridge is over. And, you know what I'm saying? And then he comes out with Love's Gonna Get You.
Oh.
Like, I'm in the heart of the South Side, Smith Holmes, man. Like, Love's Gonna Get You. I'm thinking this is dope music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then, like, even with stuff with, like, Large Professor, you know, looking at the front door, like, people don't understand how dope that song was. Again, I was a young boy. Didn't understand the volume of the song and the meaning behind it, you know, until I got a little bit older. I was like, oh, shoot, he's telling people how to really escape domestic violence, you know, back then.
And not just female domestic violence, just in general.
From the male, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, from the male. And then, who else, man? Oh, man, I was a big Arrested Development fan.
Yeah.
Public Enemy, no doubt. Fear of a Black Planet?
Oh, yeah.
Forget about it. Fear of a Black Planet, man, had me. Yeah, so that's why I say it's hard for me to do a Mount Rushmore, man, because it's like, even to get into the era where it was like, with Big Daddy Kane and Redman and Sean Carter. Those are some of my favorites coming up. But it's like now, people talk about the state of hip hop and over the past 10 years. What's your opinion on the state of hip hop and how it's transcended over the past? I'm gonna say, well, actually, it's been more than 10 years now. I'm gonna say the past 20 years.
Past 20 years.
Yeah.
So, first, I have to say to the people who told me you need to switch.
Uh-oh. You need to change your style.
You change your style up. Boom bap is not. They mumble rap now. What is that? Okay, so to answer the question properly, I would have to say everything has to have a metamorphosis in order to grow.
Evolution.
The evolution. And the cocoon state of this past 20 years, the heartbeat and the main element of everything is still and always will be that boom bap. You guys call it boom bap. And again, let's take it back to where we spoke about the African drums.
The drums.
The drums. The heartbeat of everything, the communication, the soul intertwined. Boom bap. Boom bap. Boom boom bap. The drums. Right? So within all of that, we kept going and experiencing different things, different levels, different sounds and different styles. But it all came back to where it started from. Pygmy Martin, when he said, "Here comes the judge, here comes the judge," and he started. Then they called that rap,
right?
Called that boom bap as well, where he was talking in his cadence. Then he had some mumble rap in there too. It was all the same thing, but it was just it's how you perceive it. What lasted within all of that? That's the question. The answer is boom bap, hip hop, the soul of it. The culture of it. I'm not going to say anything negative about the mumble rap. It's what you say, how you say it. It's all about the content, the originality. We're from an era of that. To be original and to stand for something. And again, as we spoke earlier about being able to leave something someone can grow from. That's the culture of hip hop. That's the main ingredient to hip hop. We didn't know each other from a can of paint, but hip hop brought us together.
Yep.
A lot of relationships that people have now. What was the meaning behind it? What happened? What is the main language we all speak? There's people who don't even speak English, and we don't speak French, but we all love each other because of hip hop. So for the past 20 years of all of that had to evolve, it still brought us all together. For those who prefer the mumble rap over boom bap, and those who prefer boom bap over mumble rap, still had a conversation with each other.
Yeah, still in the same building.
Still in the same building, and it's still hip hop. So the answer to it is hip hop wins.
Hip hop wins.
Hip hop wins.
There it is. I love that answer. Yeah. Hip hop wins all day, every day.
Wins.
Twice on Sunday.
And twice on Sunday.
Yes, sir. That's dope, man. That's real dope. Yeah, man. Because I look at it like every era has the elders to where they be like, "Oh, you think that's music? That ain't music." To where we listen to it and our people tell us, "Oh, that ain't no music." Now we're the elders.
And now we
How can we sit there and say that's not music?
It is.
Especially when we know the origin. We know where it derives from. You know what I mean? So, shout out to all those young, hungry artists out there, man.
Shout out to you, brothers.
Yo, y'all stay true to yourself.
Keep doing it.
Keep pulling yourself up by your bootstraps if you fall down, man, because I'm telling you, your time is coming if you're serious about this thing, man. For real, for real. Just keep pushing and, again, I keep preaching enough. Stay true to yourself and don't have no yes man in your corner. People who just want to feed off of you or ride your wave because it's beneficial to them right now.
You gotta watch those people.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that's telling you, hey, man, you don't need to be doing this. Hey, you need to keep them around. Because those are the ones that got your best interests at heart. Me and my partner off the curb tell you, like, man, we go at it like Tom and Jerry. That's my brother and I love him. But it keeps both of us balanced.
Right.
He'll tell my trail, and say, I'm like, well, tell you, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we find that medium, and it's no beef. It's like you said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So he'll do it on some thought-provoking stuff where it's like, well, Trail, let me ask you this. He'll make me he'll ask me those fact-finding questions, those probing questions, to where I can figure out the error myself. So now not only did I did the research, my due diligence, and found the error myself, now I done learned something.
That's right.
And it's beneficial. Versus him just telling me, like, look, man, if you don't cook that minute right, you need to cook it for 60 seconds out of this, instead of, trial and error. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why you need to keep those type of people in your corner, man, all day, every day.
Authentic loved ones, you know?
Yes, sir. Believe it. I love that. Now, hip hop, I see it as like here in Greensboro, the Triad area, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Winston, surrounding areas, 252 areas. We have a lot of dope MCs around here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think with that Shrimp and Grits Festival that OC just put out there, man, it culminated all of that, yo.
Every year. It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, so from what was it like for you to be a part of such an event with the Shrimp and Grits?
Oh man, blessing number one. It's like a hip hop family reunion to me every year.
Yeah. I need to have somebody over there playing some spades on the side.
That's it. Inshallah, next year we can play some spades.
Yeah.
But yeah, spades tournaments lightly. But yeah, you know that's a beautiful experience to encounter. Everyone underneath the same roof with love, peace, and happiness, and growth, and connections, and networking, and great music, and good artists, and atmosphere, and peace.
Yeah.
You know?
Main thing.
Peace. It reminds me, again, I know I keep going back to Africa, but it reminds me of civilization, of kings and queens amongst each other, being able to interact and to grow and to build and create civilizations from that. Because every year I always end up doing, it inspires me to do other things too. And the people there just add on, and we just continue to build different things. Shout out to Black Flamingo as well. But yeah,
shout out to Pedro. Black Flamingo. That's my boy, man.
Indeed.
The Shrimp and Grits joint is super dope event. Shout out to OC from NC, man. Black Phillip, man. Now, with the project he got out there now, you want to expand on how you also a part of that project?
Sure, no problem. So, the beautiful thing about Project 25 is the Hollow Earth Theory is part 1, and then we have the Mandela Effect, which is part 2. The beautiful thing about that is, so we've been rocking with each other for forever, really, from the same place, B-Town, and we ended up. So, pardon me for the delay. I want to make sure I articulate my words properly. So when we did formulate this, it's so organic. We already been doing this, and this brother is so talented to the way, like he's seen this, like OC's the type of MC, not to give the special element away, but to elaborate on. Once he has something in his mind, it has to be expressed. It has to come out.
Gotcha.
You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
And so each time he gets an idea, it's already in motion. So as soon as he'll say something like, "Yo, we need to do something like this," and you hear the beat, and next thing you know, it's done. It's already in rotation, like that.
Wow.
That's. I just had to say that. When I tell you, like, this brother is one of my favorite MCs, besides myself, to be honest. He's one of my favorite MCs.
Yeah, true.
And because of that aesthetic, like, once you have that idea, don't just sit on it. Like, you have people who are artists who have like towers and towers and books of rhymes that they never even put out. They just write it and put it there. That's okay. That's all right. You know, it's therapy. But then you have those like us that have to get it to the world and get it not just to be seen or heard. Well, because it's an expression to get it out there. It's something so great. Allah gave him this talent. He touches so many lives. I don't think he realizes how many lives he touched just through his music too, and him being the man and the person he is too. You know, so how Project 25 came to be is that the foundation of that man being the man that he is, and how he carries himself and who he truly is. Like, man, when I tell you, like, people could say that, yeah, I'll do this, and they see you growing and doing things, but then they'll be the type of person like, well, I don't want him to grow, get bigger than me or whatever, so I don't want to put him on it. OC's not that type of brother.
The crab in the barrel ass niggas.
Right. OC would see that and be like, you know what, we all got to be together. It got to be cohesive. The only way Black Motown's going to work is with unity and with the alley. I call them alley-oops. So every time, one of my favorite basketball players, he was sick with it. Magic Johnson, no pun intended.
No pun.
But he was the no look,
the
alley-oops every time. Like, that's, to me, that's what makes us stronger, with us seeing the ability that each one of us have, and we are encouraging one another to grow and be better.
Right.
It's not an ego or nothing like that. All the Project 25 chat know this. This is how we're family. It's a thing that grows and it's still continuing to grow because of who and what we are. What we want for ourselves, we want for our brother. We want for our brother, we want for ourselves. That's the way that we build. So how Project 25 even came to be is that, with that aesthetic, with all being that way. If I'm not long-winded about it.
I'm not, that's dope. I mean, people need to hear that. They need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just not like, he called me for a track and I just emailed him a track. No, you guys are there from the beginning to the middle to the end. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what people need to understand. And I love hearing that, man, because, you know, unfortunately, we do have some individual that's like, yeah, this person's dope. I'm going to keep him right here, but I'm going to just keep him right here.
Like a pet lion.
To make sure he doesn't super succeed me, you know what I mean? And that's just the way of the world, man, you know. So, you know, shout out to you guys for having that mindset, that culture, that love for one another to, again, push each other, not to be the best, but, you know what I'm saying, to make sure all of y'all are the best.
Indeed.
Still sharp as steel.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
True.
For real, true indeed.
True indeed. And even though, like, it's cool to know that you are the best, but it's even cooler to know you're amongst the best. So you want your team to be just as better or even better than you. That way, it's going to help you grow.
Yep.
You know, every time. So, yeah, that's how that happened. Project 25 happened. Again, I got to say this too, because when there was a lot of people were like, oh, yo, yeah, you dope, man. He seen it. He was quiet about it, but he seen it like, yo, you plunder that. Yeah, let's do this. And again, he hears something like 5 other people can hear, but he takes it and it turns into this great thing, because they may not know how to approach it, but he has this vision and he executes it. You know, it's just dope to see it. I mean, I say it's phenomenal to see, really, to see how, again, it's just for the condition of North Carolina. This is where we started.
Yeah.
What's inside is going to show outside, right? So what we do inside of North Carolina, how we carry ourselves, if we're breaking that toxic chain of thinking of, okay, well, he's gonna be better than me, I gotta pull that crab in the barrel mentality, crab in the bucket mentality. We don't condone that, and we don't practice that. So what we do is make it better to where in North Carolina, the MCs, those who are like-minded and willing to build, we're going to keep that as a core. So it's going to turn North Carolina into this big, beautiful oasis of those who are supporting one another, building one another. And when people come from all over the world to come to North Carolina, they see that, and it shows. And musically,
right. And that's what it should be, man, because you think about it. Like, we done rocked with people from Raleigh, Durham. They get here, Greensboro, Burlington, there, they skip over us.
Yeah.
They'll rock with Raleigh, Burlington, Greensboro, they skipping over us, they go straight to Charlotte.
Straight to Charlotte, and then go from Charlotte, they go into Atlanta.
Yeah, the Charlotte to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But Burlington, Greensboro, even with High Point. Can't forget High Point.
Yeah, we can't forget High Point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in Winston, Burlington, Greensboro, High Point, and Winston, in that area, it's like, bro, I know some talented brothers, but we have to provide that culture. We have to, live and show them by example. Like, look, It's love over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as it makes sense, let's put this thing together and let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing over here at Hot 92.5 The Heat, baby.
Definitely.
Again, man, Google Play Store, the Apple Store, man, any smart device, yo. Download it. If you want to hear your hometown heroes, this is where you can hear it, man, with your boy Big Trail on Hot 92.5 The Heat. Another shameless plug, but that's what I do.
You gotta keep going.
You gotta keep it pushing, brother.
And Hot Daily? Daily Hot Heat.
Oh, the Urban Heat Daily.
Urban Heat
Look at that right there. The Urban Heat Daily. Yes, sir. Shout out to Off the Curb Tay, man, with the Urban Heat Daily, man, which is our own blog site. Well, again, we're more than just music, baby. We talk about the news. We talk about the politics. We talk about what's going on economically. We talk about health and wellness. The Urban Heat Daily, man. Make sure you can get online and check that out too, man, because we touching on everything.
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 It's very inquisitive. For
real. I appreciate that, my brother. The Urban Heat Daily, man. My bag, Tay.
The alley-oop.
There's magic there. The alley off the backboard, baby.
The backboard.
Yes, sir. But let the people know what you got coming up. What's coming up with what you got about to pop off now?
All right, so the thing with me is I like to show and prove instead of talking about it. You know, so I can't say this. Like I go back to Project 25 and the part 1 and 2, and I want to say the titles to everything, but one of my favorite joints on those is my first Android. My first Android, Allah's Interlude, of course.
Allah's Interlude. Banger.
Steve Snapbacks.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite joints too. And look out for Atrocity too. And shout out to Nazar. Nazar Wonder.
We gotta link up, baby. Yeah. We gotta get up here and talk, man. We gotta get you up here to talk that talk.
Yeah, Nazar turn, man. But yeah,
that boy been grinding for a minute. Shout out another humble brother. He been putting in work. Like, yo, shout out to Wonder, boy.
Shout out
for
to
real.
Nazar Wonder. Nazar. You see, the work gonna speak. The work gonna speak for itself. That brother quiet. That tree don't tell you when it's growing. You just happen to see it.
That's it right there. Believe that. Facts.
Alhamdulillah. So it's Steve Skyline, man. Steve
Skyline, yes sir.
Atrocity.
Ooh, got some heat too, bro. Oh my lord. Yo, Steve Skyline, yo. When I first met him, I already thought he was Hollywood. I said, okay, this is what Hollywood is, bro. But he's such a cool down brother.
Yeah,
I was like, okay. I said, this guy, he's done made it already. But, you know, vision is perception. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking with you real quick, man. But yeah, I was like, that's what Hollywood is, huh? Got your Skyline, man. But his beats speak for it.
Yeah, man. Powerful, bro.
If you're going to look the part, you got to have the part, you know what I'm saying? Like, his beats speak for it.
Skyline, he took the total package too, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. His beats speak for it. But I can dig it, man. Well, you know, I know you're a busy man. I ain't going to hold you, man. But
I can plug in these new projects I got coming up too, though.
Oh, yeah. Get it out
lightly. So, I would say this one right now is A&M part 3.
Okay.
A Ninja Moment part 3. But it's going to be called something else because I have like a trilogy, right? A&M part 1. I was in my ignorant stage.
Yeah.
So part 3 is going to be the transition. So it's going to come from the ignorant stage to the enlightened stage.
Gotcha.
So that's what. So I'm plugging that one in. And MNRA, Making Ninjas Rap Again. Yeah.
Pick your pen up, son.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Mr. Razi. Bit Web, Hiram Bit, Ziglar, and Shakar Kareem,
right.
And Skibo,
Shout
and
out.
DJ Justice.
Yes, sir. And everybody you name, we got to get y'all up here so y'all can talk that talk. Razi, I done threw the invitation out there, so man's out here, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Roger Skibo, you already know what it is, brother. Ain't nothing but love here, man. You done put in that work, brother. It's time for you to come on the other side of the camera and tell your story, bro. And I want you to do that here with Talk That Talk.
Him and B Staples.
Oh, that's my brother, Brian. Yo,
yeah,
me and Brian, yo, we used to have some classic conversations. We used to work together about hip hop, about certain artists, man. And I'm telling you, B Staples, the one. He's the original troll. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. B Staples, you was the first troll that I ever met.
Yeah.
That's my word, yo. Because you would do stuff and you knew what you was doing just to entice a debate about something, bro.
Yes.
And then he'll sit back in his chair like he about to do some work. He got niggas over here arguing now. Yo,
man.
For real.
Shout out to V, man. I can go on and on. Shout out to Ilpo, OC from NC. Shout out to Pash. Shout out to everyone who's been in my life and see the growth. And thank you. And again, I have to make a full circle to say, seen something in the brother that nobody else did see. And so did Bonds and Booms, you know, and B Staples.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to keep going with that. And again, Trell, thank you for having me, brother. I didn't mean to be long-winded.
Yeah. No, man. Hey, man, me, Casa, Sue Casa, anytime you want to. Yo, if you got something to say, let me know. We'll link up.
Indeed.
We'll come up here, you know what I'm saying, and we put it together, man. That's what it's about. That's why it's called Talk That Talk.
Talk That Talk.
The voice of the people, the voice for the streets. This is where we congregate and meet.
Indeed.
Believe it, man.
Indeed.
But yeah, but again, let the people know how they can follow you on the social media pages. And also, you already let them know to be on the lookout for AMN. I'm going to tell you, whatever, everything you say, bro, I'll be seeing it, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Your stuff is cinematic. When you say the AMN, I'm thinking about already I've seen like some type of karate slash, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the joint that came out back in the day, man?
Which one?
It was a cartoon with the guy, with the samurai.
It's over Ninja Scroll, brother.
There you go.
Ninja Scroll.
There you go.
Kimagami.
There you go. See? Come on, man.
You know, the other one too, I have the Mighty King Poncho. I have part 1 that I'm doing the part 2 to that.
Okay.
So I can plug those and the sequels I have. Dante's Inferno with my government name. And so I have Dante's Inferno. It's a trilogy.
That was an ill movie.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
The ill book, though, you know, I was actually named after, my grandmother named me Dante after that.
Oh, wow.
And, the beautiful part about that is it's 3 different parts. So we went through the hell part, part 1. Part 2 is going to be the purgatory part, and then part 3 is going to be the heaven part. So, you know, just to plug in those.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about all 3 of them whenever they get ready to come up right here. You better believe it.
Indeed.
Soon for better believe it. So, yo, man, again, it's been an honor and a privilege, brother, yo.
Likewise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And once again, man, it's your boy Big Trail, repping Hot 92.5 to his eat, along with my boy Off the Curb Tay. And this has been another exclusive episode of Talk That Talk, man. So y'all already know what to do. Just make sure when you do it, you're doing it like you're doing it for TV. And it's straight like that. We out of here.